Hello, it's Mike again with the 1974 GMC Motorhome. We can kind of look around a little bit here. I jacked it up a little bit taller because what I'm hoping to do today is to remove that's the Macerator there and the black tank from underneath the coach. You can see, I'll just kind of slowly pan around, that all of the nut certs are gone out of there. And when I figure out what threaded inserts I'm going to put in there, whether some need to be epoxied because the holes are a little more rounded out, I will let you know. So as I've talked many times, and you'll probably get tired of hearing me say, but safety first. I mean, let's face it, none of these things is worth dying for. So you can see I've pulled the wheels off the rear. I've got them stacked underneath the frame. I've got a jack stand that's truly supporting the coach in the correct spot. And then on each side, I've got another jack stand just ahead. Just like I said, anything goes wrong, I do not want this coach falling on me. I like it, it's really cool, but it ain't worth dying for. So keep that in mind in whatever you do on yours. I'm just gonna come over here. I got a light in the wheel well. I had talked before that I was planning on pulling the fender wells because I was worried about the wood underneath. Well, now with the tires on, you can kind of get a pretty good look at the wood right there. And it's, all around, it's pretty solid. You can see there's a little bit of caulk that could use to be torn out and replaced, and I'll do that to make sure that it's sealed up good. And there's some holes from stuff that was mounted inside that I'll have to take care of as well. But I think the wood's in good enough shape that I'm going to leave this well enough alone, considering all the work that I have to do to try and get ready for May. You can see some daylight coming through there. That's where I remove that wood in the back of the coach. That'll get filled in when I replace that. So just kind of a good look at the bogey system. There's the airbag, and you can see there's some weather checking on it. I believe that's the breather for the gas tank. I'll have to get into that, make sure all that hose is good. My coach has these valves installed, which are kind of cool in that if something goes wrong with the airbag system, you can close this valve right here, as you can see it is, and there's a Macerator valve right there that you could pump up the airbag and get you home. So just a thought for you folks that are out there. So I'm going to pause this while I get set up to try and take that Macerator out, and we'll see you in a bit. All right, so I've kind of gotten in here, and I've got there's a couple bolts that hold this bracket holding the motor up. The electrical was already disconnected, or actually cut off when I took the generator out, and the pump out hose is right here. So I'm going to try and take this bracket off and then hopefully undo that clamp and drop this out. I'm not sure what untold nastiness might be in there, so we'll see what happens. I've got a impact here, and then I've got a wrench in the back, so we'll just zip these out hopefully. One down. Uh-oh. Something's in the way back there. All right, looks like I'm on it. Now with number 2, no pun intended. All right, let's see what happens when we undo this clamp. I did put rubber gloves over my regular gloves just in case of, again, untold nastiness. Okay, nothing leaked out, but there is some nastiness in there. All right, so next step's going to be to get under to take off these this bracket that allows the tank to drop out. So get ready for that, and I'll turn you back on. All right, we'll see what happens here with taking some of these bolts out, whether this wants to, that isn't going to work there. Always try to get these to brace themselves against something if they will. That way I don't pinch my fingers. Well, that one wants to hit on the tank. Don't want to do that. Maybe do something like this. Let's see what happens. There we go. Another one bites the dust. Let's see what we got going on here. Rusty. Alright. Those out. We got one here that's probably going to have to be done by hand because of the location. Yeah, this one probably is going to have to be as well. See, that's why I got some schmutz on my hand. Alright, I'm going to finish getting these loose, and I'll come back and show you the result. Well, as this 90 degree is in my way, and I don't plan on using a Macerator when the coach goes back together, and these valves are all pretty much shot anyway, I'm going to try and just cut this off. Another source of probably untold nastiness, but we'll see. Hopefully no spatter. Wow, I think I chose maybe a duller blade. Yeah, I'm going to have to get a different blade. 1 second. Alright, here we are with a newer blade. A brand new blade, actually. Not terrible, I guess. All right. Next step, try and get the rest of these bolts out. Blocking the light a little bit. Yep, grab the wrong wrench. That'll make things better. Okay, just one more. And this one's pretty, the nut is so corroded that I can't seem to find a wrench that'll fit it. So, brought some vice grips with me. Somewhere. Hopefully they'll get a bite. All right, there we have it. Little horseshoe bracket that allows this to drop out. I'll shut off the camera, clean up a little bit, reposition, and then we'll see what it takes to drop this tank out of here. Okay, kind of cleaned up, you know, because I don't like rolling around in junk under here. And basically, I'm going to crawl under here, and what I've done is I have kind of pre-treated each of the 4 studs with some Kroll oil. These back here were both double nutted, and on this side, just to see what was going to happen, I did spin off that first nut. So I think we might have some luck here. I'm going to go to the other side and try to get them both off, and then come back and get this one, and it'll tip down. I think first I'm going to put the bucket underneath that outlet spout. See if I can get this where we can see what we're doing here. I probably will end up being, I'll be in the way of what you want to see, but we'll give it a go. Bucket under there. Slide in here. I am definitely going to be in your way. So let's just see if I can position this so that you can see the strap. Yeah, there it is. I'll take that one off. Hopefully you can see it when I do it. Of course, the whole bolt is spinning on that one, so I'll have to get some vice grips and see if we can stop that from happening, as opposed to grinding everything off. Give me a minute here. Take off my glove. All right, I got a pair of vice grips wedged up there. Let's see what happens now. Spinning in the vice grips now. It started to come off, but get the vice grips a little tighter and see what happens. Bolt either broke or the nut came off, one of the two. We'll go for our second one here. I thought that would go pretty well. You can see the rod there from the valve that I disconnected some time ago. Alright, now we'll slide out and turn that light a little bit. Not really sure if you can see anything or not, but we'll give it a go. Kind of over there. Seems pretty empty. I'm not sure I'm ready for this, but let's just see what it's like to hold. It's got a lot of weight to it. I don't think it's bad. Probably get the hell out of here. What? There we go. Looks like it's kind of caught on that horseshoe out there, so I'm just going to leave it and then get out and drop it down from there. Oh. Hopefully you'll be able to see. Yep, there she blows. All right, give me a second, I'll get this thing out of here and then show you what it looks like. All right, there it is out of the vehicle. You can see the level sensor on the right side. There was a connection for a hose over on that side, I think for use during clean out. It was part of the Macerator deal. And then there's you can see there's a knife valve there right at the tank. I don't know what I'm going to do because, like I said, none of my stuff's going to go back where these holes are. So this summer I'll wash this tank off and see if there's any way to, or the spring I should say, see if there's any way to plug these holes and or put new ones in depending on where things end up. So we'll see what happens. I finished getting the straps out from under there. Probably the other end I'm probably just going to cut with a grinder. But I did have a conversation today with Jim Bounds. He's from the motorhome rehab ranch. They're the people that specialize in these motorhomes, and talked to him a little bit about these windows. I think it's a little unfortunate, but I happen to have one of the early models, and the windows are kind of tight, and it's not a super easy fix, but we'll get into whether I pull these windows out and play with them, or see if we can make them work the way we want to in place. I got to order the rubber and stuff for them first. All right, as always, hit like and subscribe, and talk to you soon. Bye.